contact. So Joe Kanoki ahead 3-0 over Sam Kruthis of Clinton. Now Joe's in on a leg. Got a single leg. It's high. Now he trips the other leg out from under him, and Kruthis goes right down to his belly. Joe moves up, leading 5-0. Joe again riding the wrist. Grabs an ankle, breaks him down. Joe riding him really tough. And really working those wrists. Working hard to get an arm up behind the back.
Kanoki leading 5-0, a minute 13 left in the second period.
Kruthis goes back, tries to get back to his base. Joe's got him broke down again flat. Now he's trying to work a crossface. Kid pushes his leg back, make sure Joe doesn't cradle him up. Kruthis is just basically lying on his belly fighting for his life is what he's doing. Joe's going for a tilt now. Tilts him. Kruthis rolls through. Joe just follows along, ends up on top.
And Skipper from North Scott wins by fall on the other mat in 2 minutes and 44 seconds. So no matter what happens here, Joe Kanoki's season is going to be done.
Well, but I'm sure Joe would rather the season finish on a win.
Yep.
Third
in district
is not bad.
Nope.
And plus you get a little medal from the state, which is one that you don't get anywhere else. And so that's something, that you always have. It's just too bad he didn't get that last call in the last match there. Anybody here is just tuning in late, why up here in the stands, and everybody in the Decorah crowd, as well as the coaching staff, thought Joe had a 2-point takedown in the last 5 seconds, and he didn't get it, so he lost by 1 point.
So Kanoki leads 5-0. He'll start in the down position as we start the third period. Jacob Skipper, a freshman from Eldridge North Scott, is going to be at state, and Colin Corporich from Western Dubuque, a kid that Joe beat earlier this year, and he beat Joe by 1 point, 4-3 earlier today, and he will move on to state as well. 1:40 left here in the third period.
Kruthis on top is trying to put a leg in, but he's way too high now. Joe's got to pull an arm through, and he'll have a reversal here. Joe's going to need to get up on his toes and shake him off. Guy's got a scissors. Let's see. It almost looks like a scissors run. Yeah. Joe's got to come out from behind here. All Joe's got to do is pop his head out between his legs, and he'll have his 2 points.
He's very close to that peek-through position here with a minute 13 left here in the period.
Yeah. Clinton kid is way too high.
They're going to rule that one a stalemate.
Again, Joe was on his way out. Poor call.
1:09 left here in the third period. Kanoki in his final match of the year. Quick move off the whistle.
Got hand control. Kruthis brings him back to the mat, though. Kruthis got a crab ride now. Joe's bringing the leg up. Trouble is Joe's bringing the leg up, making it tighter. He needs to push it away.
54 seconds left in the period.
Still on top. He's got the legs in. He's way high, though. Joe needs to get up on his toes and shake. There, now he's out the back door. And he's got a 2 reversal, make it 7-0. Now he comes up and hits pretty hard crossface, looking to bring that arm through, but Kruthis, pretty good job of keeping it out. Joe again, right, got the legs tied up now. Riding pretty parallel. This is one of those situations where I wouldn't mind if Joe got a stalling call.
Yeah.
Maybe we get another team point here if he could turn him to his back and get an 8-point win. Kruthis trying to sit out. Joe sticking a leg in now, hanging on as they go out of bounds, but whistle blew. 2.9 seconds left.
7-0. Joe Kanoki looking to get his 29th win of the year right here, and he will finish the job. And unfortunately, it won't be Wells Fargo Arena where he ends his season this year, but a 29-9 record for a talented sophomore, Joe Kanoki. Very nice year for him.
Yeah, he's had a good year. Finished ranked, I think, 10th? And third place finish here at districts. Nothing to Nothing to feel too bad about, but I'm sure he'd like a trip to Des Moines. That's what everybody's wrestling for.
Exactly. We got a couple of kids going now at 113 pounds. Decorah going to be open at that weight class. Carter Hupke just a little banged up at this latter stage of the year, and you and I talked about it earlier today. Are there probably kids you could have thrown in here if you really needed to? Yes, but at the same time at a district meet, you put it well. You talked about the kids needing to learn how to win. Sometimes if you throw them out in a varsity mat against competition that they're not ready for, they learn how to lose too.
It doesn't do them any good. And we don't need them here today, whether we are finished in the end of the day 4th, 5th, 6th in the district. Nobody will even remember that tomorrow. So,
But again, Decorah with 4 in the finals here today. Dirk Clark at 126, the 6th seed getting to the finals. Kellen O'Shea at 132. He was the 2 seed. 160, Alec Felstrel was the 2 seed. He is in the finals this afternoon. And 285 pounds, Decorah's lone top seed, Austin Ashbacker, looking to get to the finals. Austin and Kellen looking to get to the finals for the 3rd time. And Dirk and Alec Felstrel looking to get to the finals or to the state tournament, I should say, for the first time. Austin and Kellen looking to get to Des Moines for the 3rd time in their careers, and it will be the 3rd consecutive year. And Austin, of course, a returning state place winner. He finished 6th a year ago
at 285. And one thing I see,
I will still say, and maybe it's because you're rubbing off on me, he was one terrible call away from being in the finals.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
And I had one of my great on-air meltdowns against a certain guy that
I'm a bad influence on you.
that you've had meltdowns on, and you good friend of mine and yours, Dave Anderson, has had some good meltdowns against as well. So, but nonetheless, again, sometimes breaks go your way, sometimes they don't. And
encouragingly enough, some of the kids may not win in the finals, but it looks to me, at least on paper, that the kids that they beat can win in the consolations.
Yep.
And so that means no wrestle back. Yep. That's always good news. We're at 113 pounds out here in the finals. We've got Chase Lynn from Dubuque Senior. He's got a 7-0 lead. He's wrestling Nathan Feldman. He's wrestling Jacob Lamantis.
That was
Davenport Central.
Another one of those
upsets. Yeah, Lamantis come
3-2 upsets that we've seen our fair share of today.
And it looks like Lamantis is up 7-0, and Lamantia comes out a 3rd seed. Kid with a 24-8 record. Lynn, the Dubuque Senior wrestler, with a 34-1 record.
Yeah.
But it.
Hey, what's up?
And they go out of bounds. We come back to the center. I'm sorry, Dubuque Senior. Like the boy with the 34-1 record is ahead. Oh, he's down.
He was down the whole way.
And Dubuque Senior tries to come up. On the other mat, we've got Mason Shannon, North Scott Eldridge, just on his back, wrestling the 2nd seed, Nathan Feldman from Dubuque Hempstead. Feldman leads 10-0.
And we're awaiting Dustin Stortz at 120 pounds coming up. Dirk Clark in the finals at 126. Decorah, Kellen O'Shea in the finals at 133. And again, Decorah brought 11 kids here, and 4 of them, over a third of the squad you brought here, made the finals. And frankly, you were 3 points away from getting over half your squad to the finals.
Yeah.
Because Cody Rittner lost a heartbreaker, and there was no controversy in that match. Caldwell went out and got it done in overtime, but Rittner and the Caldwell kid from Clinton, that was as good of a match as we've seen today.
That was a good match, and while there was really no controversy in it, I still think when Rittner bounced him on top of him before they went out of bounds, that could well have been 2. And who knows what that would have done with the end of the match score.
I'm a little less picky than you there, big guy, but the controversy wasn't as clear as it was in Kanoki's match in the semifinals. But, I mean, again, breaks go your way, breaks don't go your way, and that's the name of the game in athletics and everything like that. So,
well, generally, officials use some criteria for determining who has control, and usually stepping over the opponent's leg is the criteria they use, and it looked to me like Kanoki was over the leg, so we didn't get it.
And the Dubuque Hempstead kid, Howder, he wins by a technical fall here. Or I'm sorry, this is at 113. The Dubuque senior kid,
Feldman. Dubuque Hempstead kid, Feldman.
Feldman wins by fall in the third place match. Lamontia is wrestling Lynn from Dubuque Senior. That's the championship bout off to our right. So third place bout will be coming up after this, and they complete the weight class before moving on to the next weight class. Third place match, 113 pounds, David Feldman from Dubuque. So Feldman wins the attack fall, 15-0.
And it looks like Dubuque Seniors up 10-zip.
Yep, and if this stays put, there will be no wrestle back here at 113. So, pretty well-run tournament. It's gone 3 hours to get to the finals to this point, and nice gymnasium. And when it comes to scoreboard operation, table workers, everything like that, things have gone pretty smoothly. You didn't get down there. Hospitality room was excellent.
Didn't make it.
Smokies and meatballs and little pork and cheesy potatoes. And,
sounds good. And Lamantia Davenport Central still behind 10-0.
Yeah, 1:23 left here in the period. Again, it's been a good day for Decorah to this point, and Joe Kanoki continued that good day here in the championship round. He got third, but his guy ends up, the guy who beat him in the semifinals, Corporich, ends up second. So Corporich had already beaten Kanoki, so there will be no wrestle back at 106. A fine season for Joe at 29-9, and hopefully bigger and better things on the horizon for him. And that's the way I phrase it, because you never know in this sport, do you?
No, you don't. Well, you can't predict the next year, what happens next year based on the end of this year.
Yeah, you can't predict next week, really.
Yes, that's true.
So 39 seconds left here in the period. It looks like Chase Lynn from Dubuque Senior, third-ranked kid, 34-1 here at 113. A senior at 113.
Yeah, a very workmanlike job rolling up those 13 points. And 15 seconds left in that championship match at 113 pounds.
So, looking ahead to that third place match at 120, Ryan Renkin was a victim of an upset, so Devon's got a tough task facing the number 2 seed here from Eldridge North Scott.
But Renkin is 16-10, so he's beatable. Devon came in the tournament 18-18. So as far as I'm concerned, even though Devon was seeded 4th and Rankin was seeded 2nd, doesn't look to me like there's a whole lot of difference in them by records. And we need Devon to come out and just put the hammer down and get after it and try and pick up a third place. Like we said earlier, at least that's good for a medal. And if the guy that beats you goes on and wins in the finals, you get a chance to wrestle back for a true second. They're out of the mat now, both sparring. Rankin kind of come in for a half a takedown shot, but Devon blocked it nicely. And back up on their feet toward the edge of the mat. Devon goes down, tries to snag an ankle. Rankin steps back. Rankin has front headlock now. And right on the edge of the mat.
1:30 left here in the period, no score.
Both of them back out head-to-head now, trying to establish some arm control, hand control. Out in the center of the mat, head-to-head now. Rankin has a collar tie. Devin with his own collar tie.
1 minute left here in the period, no score. In on a shot is Rankin, but getting the hips back and sprawling.
Shot at a high crotch. Now they're at the edge of the mat. We got to be. We get taken down there. We're right on the edge of the mat. All we need to do is step back and have been out of bounds. Not very smart wrestling, and it cost us 2 points.
44 seconds left here in the period. A 2-0 lead for Ryan Rankin from Eldridge North Scott, the highest ranked team that's coming in.
And
North Scott now coached by Drew Kelly, former state champion from Charles City. And here's a lockup on a crater and a fall for Rankin of North Scott. So Rankin wins by fall at a minute 36. So Devin Stortz will end his season at 19-20.
Not his best match of the day by any means. No hand control on that cradle. And not thinking very well there at the edge of the mat, because he was all the way out. All he did to do was take another step backwards, and that would have pulled the other kid's foot out, and then the whistle blows. But instead, we got turned inside and taken down and then cradled.
And you can pretty easily do that and not be accused of stalling or fleeing or anything like that. You just got to have the mat awareness.
It's one thing. You can't run off the mat or dive off the mat, but hey, the guy's got your leg up in the air, so you take one step backwards. The other guy takes one step to follow you, and bingo, it's out of bounds. It's that simple. But you got to think about that. You got to know where you're at.
No score as we go to the second period on the other mat right now. Reese Howder of Dubuque Hempstead and Bailey Thurm of Western Dubuque.
Winning your third place match at 120 pounds will be Ryan Rankin from North Scott. So Rankin wins the ball.
And the next match will be Dirk Clark at 126. He will face the number 3 kid in the state, Hunter Genko from Clinton. He's 37-1. Clark right now is 12-10. So really, Dirk's got nothing to lose here, does he?
Well, no.
I mean, he's had nothing to lose coming into the day, correct?
No, he was seeded 6th. In the state, seeded 6th. Pinned the 3rd-seeded man, and then pinned the 2nd-seeded man. And the good thing about this is, it looks to me like the 2nd-seeded man, Dane Ganson, who Dirk already beat, is considerably better than this Connor Alshin from North Scott Eldridge, who's 25-22. So if Ganson wins his 3rd-place match, Dirk goes whether he wins or loses.
Yeah.
So, and I think he's sitting pretty good right now, even though he's got to wrestle a really tough one in the finals.
Yep.
He has
1:15 left in the period, and here's a takedown for the Dubuque Hempstead kid, Reese Howder. And I guess the disappointing thing about Devin there, he wins that match. He was probably sitting pretty for a wrestle back here with Howder and Thurm. I mean, Howder's got 13 losses this year. Thurm has 16 losses, and as of right now, it's looking as a double-digit loss guy. In fact, everybody in this weight class had at least double-digit losses. Rankin coming into the day, the kid that just beat Devin, had the fewest losses, 10. So obviously not the toughest of weight classes here today.
No, it looked like it would have been a really hard one to seed, because you look down these, the number 1 seed's 21-13, which ain't the greatest record in the world. And Devin was 18-18. The kid he wrestled first round and beat was 13-19. And even the 3rd seed was 25-16, and the 6th seed was 19-20, 7th seed was 12-24, and the 2nd seed was 16-10.
Yep.
So that would have been a fun one to be in the coach's room.
Yeah. But if there's a guy that can handle it,
get through it somewhere or another.
Dave ran the seating meeting at the conference meet in Decorah a couple of weeks ago, and I had to laugh when your wife came up to me afterwards. She said, I haven't won an argument with him in about 50 years. He goes, does these coaches think they're going to win an argument with him?
She lies.
Or does she just stretch the truth?
She maybe stretches the truth a little bit.
Because lying is wrong. BSing, different story.
Yeah. She was just trying to make me feel good was all she was doing. That's nice of her.
Aw. 3-1 lead here for Howder of Dubuque Hempstead. We are awaiting the Dirk Clark championship bout at 126. Clark's been the story of the day for the Cora as he
pinned the third seed and the second seed.
As a 6th seed, he is in the finals. And again, I'm going to go back to the whole sense of urgency thing. Senior year, you put a lot of time, you put a lot of effort into wrestling, and you haven't been rewarded yet with a trip to the state tournament. And here you are, your senior year. It's put up or shut up time, and Dirk's definitely putting up today.
Well, there's no doubt if there's one common thread through all the kids who have done well and have won, it is that they have got after it.
Yep.
They have got after it. Even some of the guys who lost have got after it too, but we've had really good effort from most of our people.
Well, and I think I got in on a little bit of the team conversation with Coach Friedoff in between sessions here, as he said, wrestling is a sport that rewards the aggressor. If we're going to go down, we're going to go down with a fight.
That's right. That's right. Long ago when Dave Hardy was my coach at Eagle Grove, he'd say that about statistics prove that 80% of the matches are won by the guy that got the first takedown. I don't know if that was true or not, or if he just pulled it out of thin air. But what he was trying to do was try and make us get the first takedown. Be aggressive.
Howder still leading by a 3-2 margin here.
3-2.
13 seconds left in the period. The Western Dubuque partisans asking for some stalling here, but their guy isn't doing enough to warrant it. And there's a stall.
He got it, and he got the point.
With to make it 3-3 with 1.8 seconds left.
1 second left. And there isn't any question that Hempstead was coasting. He was wrestling not to lose rather than wrestling to win. So I can't fault that call. Hempstead in on the shot.
If Howder wins, there's no wrestle back. If Thurm wins, there will be a wrestle back with Renkin from Eldridge North Scott. 40 seconds left here in overtime. It's just delaying for the moment the 126-pound match that we are waiting for. Here is Thurman on a shot, but Howder gets to the legs.
Howder
gets him up in the air. Howder
takes him to the mat.
Takes him to the mat and a takedown, and Howder
wins it 5-3.
Wins it 5-3, so if he would have just wrestled like that in the third period, you wouldn't have needed the extra 38 seconds.
You wouldn't have needed the overtime.
So, here we go. At 126 pounds on mat number 1, this will be Dirk Clark against Hunter Genko of Clinton. So, Genko has only lost once. He is 37-1. Clark is 12-10 on the year. Here we go. First of 4 finalists here for the Cora Vikings this afternoon.
A little more.
And here's a quick takedown for Genko. Genko leads it 2-0, goes for the far side cradle against Dirk. Now cradles him up, has Dirk on his back. Dirk, not a lot of kick out from him to this point. Now he traps the leg, does Genko, and Genko with the fall.
Genko come across the leg and lock that up. And
in 23 seconds. And now Ganson and Olshin we will watch. And Ganson needs to win this one to make sure Dirk Clark can get to the state tournament. And now Olshin has a
headlock
with a minute 15 left.
But Ganson now he gives him 2. He's fighting off his back, but he shouldn't have. There should have never been 2 there. Now there'd be 2. As Olshin come up on top.
2-0. The score there as Olshin with just a 26-23 record, and Ganson for Epworth Western Dubuque with a 27-9 record. If Olshin wins this, he will wrestle back with Dirk Clark for the state tournament berth in a true second place match a little later on this afternoon. Ganson was the 2 seed. He lost to Clark by a fall. And now here is Olshin
really working it out over the head. He's turning Ganson.
There's the fall.
And he pins him.
And Olshin pins Ganson in a minute 27. So Dirk Clark will have to wrestle back for the state tournament. Olshin and Clark will wrestle back at 126. So, no state trips yet for Decorah, and let's go to 132. Austin Hush defeated Kellen O'Shea in the regular season for Western Dubuque and Decorah, and Kellen O'Shea and Austin Hush meeting for a district championship right now.
O'Shea makes a shot out of bounds.
And again, on the backside of this tournament, Hesselman for Dubuque Senior and Chapman for Clinton. So we were thinking Dirk was probably sitting in a pretty good position, but Olshin took care of business.
Yeah, Ganson was the 2nd seed, and all we needed was for him to win, and he goes out and gets pinned. But sometimes the consolation match in these districts affect different people different ways, and a lot of times kids get in that 3rd place match and they just think, I ain't not going to make it anyway, and that's the way boy from Western Dubuque probably thought, because the kid who won at the finals obviously was very, very good.
Well, and he got done nice right away. Shot. Here's a deep double from Kellen, switching off to a single, but they go out of bounds with 1:07 left here in the period. No score yet between Hush and O'Shea at 132 pounds. O'Shea trying to get back to the state meet for the 3rd time in his career. Here's Hush.
O'Shea has been the aggressor.
They go out of bounds again, 54-7 left here in the period.
And again, so much is mental. I mean, it's one thing to come out and start strong, but you got to stay strong the whole 6 minutes. That mental intensity is so necessary.
Kellen has only wrestled a minute 52 today with his first 2 matches.
He's been very aggressive. And the kids he's wrestled has it. One kid had a 4-13 record.
Here's a double for Kellen.
He's in deep, but Hush puts on the whizzer and comes out and faces him.
150 left here in the period.
The second kid that Kellen pinned had 16 losses, so he hasn't really been tested yet today, but this Austin Hosh will really test him. And he's a senior.
And he's only lost once this year. 7 seconds left here in the period.
38 wins. So you get 38 wins and 1 loss. It'll be pretty salty.
And Kellen has 15 wins on the year in his limited schedule due to injury. It'll be Kellen's choice, and he will go down to start the 2nd period. Or no? Yep, he will. Yep. And now the Dubuque senior. I didn't like what Kellen just did. He was looking down at the 3rd place match.
No.
You got enough to worry about there, young man. Kellen gets out to make it 1-0.
Yeah, you can't be looking at somebody else. And we go back out of bounds head to head.
1:45 left in the period. Kellen got out, leads it 1-0. Dubuque Senior leading 5-0. So the Dubuque Senior kid, Matt Hesselman, is rooting for Hush to get it done. Hush in on a shot. Kellen able to stuff the head, and they go out of bounds. 1:30 left here in the period.
Both on the middle of the mat now. How they make contact head to head. Kellen, nice shot on the leg. Outside single. Oh, he dives out of bounds. Hush dove out. He dove out.
Yeah, but they did give him the takedown right in front of the Western Dubuque coaches. Western Dubuque's coach is very unhappy with the call there.
Now they confer with the assistant referee.
And Mr. Francis is telling Hush to
assume the position. You're on the bottom. And Hush goes down. We lead 3-0, but we got a little early start, so we get a caution. So Kellen up 3-0. I thought maybe on the edge of the mat there they'd get a call for fleeing because Hush did, no doubt Hush dived out of bounds. But
so poetic justice on the takedown.
Oh really. yeah, it was. If we hadn't got the 2, we surely should have got 1 for fleeing.
Okay, Hush getting to his feet, turns and faces, gets the escape to make it 3-1 with 56 seconds left here in the period.
A little sit out and came up to his feet.
56 seconds left here in the period. It's a 3-1 lead for Kellen O'Shea here at 1:32.
Yep.
Hush in on a leg.
Hush in deep. In deep. Got the
now he steps through the legs, trying to get to that peek through position. Controlling the hip right now is Kellen O'Shea. 37 seconds left here in the period.
And O'Shea needs to hang on there. He needs to stay above. Stay high. You got to stay high. O'Shea comes back, steps over. Now he should stick. If he can stick a leg in for an anchor, he doesn't. Didn't get the leg in.
And a takedown given to Hush to make it 3-3.
That's so many times that scramble when you get to rolling around on that mat. If you can just stick a leg in as an anchor, that'll keep you on top. But we didn't get it done.
10 seconds left here in the period. On the other mat, Hesselman leading Chapman 5-3 now. O'Shea and Hush 3-3. It'll be Hush's choice to start the third period.
And he goes down. This looks to me like it's going to go down to Hush is going to probably get an escape to lead 4-3, and then we have to get the takedown.
And Kellen on his feet, that's a pretty good gamble. Let's be honest.
That's probably his best position. He's probably not going to turn a kid this good. Nice return to the mat. Hush stood up. We picked a leg up and tripped him back. Did a great job.
And Hesselman just got a fall over at 132 for Dubuque Senior. So if Kellen loses, he will have to wrestle back for
second.
It's 3-3 with 1:46 left here in the third period. Getting to his feet is Hush, and Kellen just lets him go.
Yeah, and that's all right because it's going to go down to a takedown. And the thing I hate to see is a kid ride him for a minute. And
here's Kellen down on a leg.
Yep, he's on a leg.
And Hush is fleeing the mat again, but they go out of bounds. 1:31 left in the period. He made no effort to wrestle there.
No, that should have been 1 point for fleeing the mat.
But you're not, again, district final. You want to. You want to get the let the wrestlers decide it. Hush tries a shot. Kellen able to counter once again. If Kellen keeps his back to the center here and keeps being as aggressive as he is, he's going to be in okay shape. 1:15 left here in the period. 4-3, Hush with the lead. If Kellen loses, he's going to have to wrestle back.
And Hush really plays the edge of the mat. We take him out of bounds. Now, there's another bad call because Hush's feet were in bounds.
1:05 left in the period as Kellen circled behind him, but out of bounds was called by Steve Francis. 1 minute left here in the period, and a headbutt was called there as there was head-to-head contact. Steve Francis
Hush stepped back.
Hush in on a shot. Kellen to his underhooks here. 55 seconds left here in the period.
Kellen with the front headlock.
50 seconds left here in the period.
A little bit.
44 seconds left, and out of bounds they go with 42.5 seconds left. Hush leading 4-3. He got the escape at the start of this period to take the lead.
40 seconds left. Now they stalk each other. Hush a little reluctant to make contact. He's going to try and stall it out is what he's going to try and do.
Neither man has been warned for stalling here, but Kellen's got to push the pace. He shoots from a long time away, trying to stuff the head of Hush. He can't do it. Hush back on the attack. Kellen gets to the underhooks. 20 seconds left here in the period. Kellen stuffs the head. They go out of bounds. 15.8 seconds to wrestle. Coach Friedoff and Coach Adams says you don't have a heck of a lot of time left, young man. 14 seconds left. Kellen O'Shea
pushing Hush out of bounds, and Hush.
Here's Hush getting to a leg. 7 seconds left here in the period.
He'll be able to hang on to that leg now till time runs out, unless Kellen gets out of bounds.
And Hush is going to state, and Kellen O'Shea will have to wrestle back for second. Kellen O'Shea will have to wrestle Matt Hesselman of Dubuque Senior for second later on today, as he loses 4-3 to Hush here in the finals at 132.
Hesselman came in with a 14-15 record. If we can't beat him, we probably don't deserve to go.
Well, you're right about that.
Something we got to do.
So, in fact, the next two weight classes, Decorah will not have anybody up right now. So, at 138, it's Andy Doherty of Epworth Western Dubuque and Curtis Egg of Ilg
from Clinton.
And the other mat going on right now is Jacob Duxini of Dubuque Hempstead and Jacob Ridgway of Eldridge North Scott. So Kanoki has won his third place bout, but he did not have a chance to wrestle back. Devin Storch has lost his third place bout, so he finishes fourth. At 126, Dirk Clark will wrestle back for the 126 right to go to state, and at 132, Kellen O'Shea will have to wrestle back for the right to go to state. So, a couple of weight classes here where Decorah wrestled but will not place today. Isaiah Mitchell going 0-2 on the day, and also Kennedy Folkedahl at 145 going 0-2 on the day. Ridgway of North Scott wins at 138, defeating Duxini of Dubuque Hempstead. So now Ridgway is hoping that Doherty of Western Dubuque wins this match to set up a wrestle back at 138.
Which one?
Ridgway won that one, North Scott.
So we'll see now in the championship match between Andy Doherty from Epworth Western Dubuque versus Curtis Ilge from Clinton. Looks like Ilge from Clinton leads 2-0 at the end of the first period. Ilge comes in as the third seed, 21-14 record. Doherty comes in as the top seed, 21-9 record. So, in this case, we've got a third seed in the finals.
And one of a few third seeds that have made it to the finals, but as you talked about it earlier, Dave, normally you don't get a lot of arguments between 2 and 3, and it's often a toss-up because you're going to end up on the same side of the bracket anyway.
Yeah.
And here we got Doherty.
Ilge tried to roll through, and Doherty blocked him, stopped him, and he's got Ilge on his back now. They haven't given a reversal yet, so he's not picking up any back points. Now he gives a reversal, and now we get back. So Doherty now is got 3, looks like. Now Doherty moves into a headlock.
Ilge is in a lot of trouble here at 138.
He tried to roll him through, got stopped on his back. Now we got another roll through, and Ilge comes up on top.
So the reversal given. It's now
It's like we had 3 back.
It's 4-3. Doherty with the lead. If Doherty wins this one, there will be a wrestle back with Ridgeway of Eldridge North Scott for the number 2 spot later on this afternoon. The 2 wrestle backs to this point in the day both involved Decorah Vikings. Dirk Clark going to have to wrestle back at 126, and at 132, Kellen O'Shea going to have to wrestle back as well.
Now we've got Doherty coming up what looks like should be a reversal, and he gets it. The 2.
And now Doherty, I think they got the right score finally up there. It's 7-4. Doherty trying to become another state qualifier for Western Dubuque. Western Dubuque, to this point, has put 4 wrestlers into the state tournament. District Wrestling here at Western Dubuque this afternoon. Glad you're with us on our web stream this afternoon. Darren Swenson, Dave Omdahl with Championship Wrestling this afternoon. State tournament next week in Des Moines. Right now, Decorah will have 2 wrestlers that will have to wrestle back for 3rd place.
Second.
Or for second place, you're right. And
to get there,
Dirk Clark at 126, and at 132, Kellen O'Shea will have to wrestle back as well. 135 left here in the period.
Doherty from Western Dubuque is putting pretty good right. He's got the leg in now, riding across the body.
The next Decorah Viking wrestler that will be on the mat will be Cody Rittner at 152. He just absolutely lost a heartbreaker in overtime earlier on today. 7-4 Doherty here in the 3rd period at 121 or 138 pounds. 1 minute 21 left here in the period.
Well, we were hoping our finalists wouldn't have to go to a wrestle back. We're sure hoping our 3rd placers do.
Exactly. The way it works.
The way it works. Doherty's bringing the Ilge to his from Clinton to his back now. Got a 1 count, that's all. Still 7-4. Minute left. 3rd period. Doherty showing why he was number 1 seed.
21-9 on the season. Ilge was 21-14. Pair of seniors in the home gymnasium. Cheering on their guy is Ilge going to get hit with a stall warning. 38 seconds left here in the period. So again, 145 will not have it. Decorah Viking. 152 pounds will Cody Rittner. Alec Belshaw in the finals at 160. Austin Ashbacker in the finals at 285 this afternoon. And now Doherty has Ilge on his back.
Now he's getting back points. 11 seconds left.
And he'll get at least a major out of this thing. And Doherty getting a well-deserved round of applause here from the folks here in Epworth. Doherty becomes the 4th qualifier for the Western Dubuque Bobcats today, winning by major decision over Curtis Ilge by a count of 12-4. So here at 145, Alex Caldwell, the 4th-ranked kid in the state at 145 pounds, will take on Blake Thurston of Dubuque Hempstead. So there will be a wrestle back at 138 as Ilge will have to wrestle back against Jacob Ridgeway this afternoon. It'll be Alex Caldwell of Clinton and Blake Thurston of Dubuque Hempstead. And on the other end of things, it's Hush of Western Dubuque and McNair of Davenport North.
And Thurston, a little bit of an upset. He was 3rd seed. It's a 19-14 record.
Again, the next Decorah Viking to wrestle will be at 152 pounds, and that will be Cody Rittner this afternoon. He will wrestle for third. Alec Belcher in the finals at 160, and then we'll have a break until 285. As Sean Truman, Decorah does not have a wrestler at 170 and 182 today. Sean Truman will wrestle for fifth later on this afternoon at 195, and then Carter Zidlicki will wrestle for fifth as well at 220. At 285, Austin Ashpack are going to be in the finals, trying to make state for the third consecutive year for the Decorah Vikings. So,
and in this match here, Alex Caldwell from Clinton, pretty well dominating the third seed Blake Thurston from Dubuque Hempstead.
On the other side, it's McNair.
Davenport North.
Davenport North leading the Hush kid, Levi Hush from Epworth Western Dubuque. And if the seeds roll true, there will be a wrestle back here at 145 pounds. At 152, Cody Rittner's matchup is with Carter Kramer from Dubuque Hempstead. And Kramer has a record of 12-17. Cody will have a record of 27 or 26-15 going in. And that matchup for the championship, it's your ultimate toss-up. Dustin Caldwell, number 9 ranked kid in the state at 31-8 from Clinton. Dylan Ganson, the number 8 ranked kid in the state at 37-6. So Cody needs Dustin Caldwell, the man that he lost to in the semifinals, to win, and Cody needs to take care of business himself at 152 to still have a chance for the state tournament.
In this match here in front of us, Caldwell just put a cradle on Thurston. Shoulders up, though. He'll have to adjust to get that shoulder down.
1 second left here in the period. And Mr. Neighbors will give him 3 points, and Caldwell pretty much dominating Thurston right now by a count of 8-0. Other match right now, McNair of Davenport North leading Hush of Epworth Western Dubuque 4-0. If McNair wins, there could be a wrestle back here. As Caldwell able to reverse his way through, trying to get that half in on Thurston. Wasn't able to do it that time. 1:39 left here in the period. They're wrestling at 1:45. Again, the next Decorah Viking on the mat will be at 1:52 here this afternoon. As Rittner will take on Carter Kramer from Dubuque Hempstead. And looking back at the Flanagan, it was Kevin Pape that Rittner wrestled from Dubuque Hempstead. And Pape not in the lineup today, so that is not a rematch of messages from the Flanagan or matches from the Flanagan.
And we're getting back points here on mat 2. Caldwell over Thurston. Extend his lead to, I believe, 13-0.
The Caldwell kid from Clinton that Rittner lost to is his twin brother. These two kids have been ranked pretty much all year, and that's going to be the tech. Caldwell from Clinton moving on to the state tournament with the technical fall in 3:27, 16-0 over Blake Thurston of Dubuque Hempstead. And on the other mat,
looks like we got McNair up.
We'll see what where the math ends up here. And it'll be McNair up by a 9-5 margin. And if McNair from Davenport North wins this one, there will be a wrestle back here at 145. So 9-5 the score.
It's one thing about the system they've got there. This is one where this Thurston, who just got beat out here by the number 1 seed, he was the 3rd seed, and McNair was the 4th seed. One of them had a 19-14 record, Thurston, and McNair had a 24-16 record. Well, in the wrestleback, we'll see who was
exactly.
We'll see who was the better of the two.
And that's the whole thing. People can talk about seating meetings all they want to, but oftentimes the kids have an opportunity to prove how smart the people seating were or were not.
Yeah, that's right. You can seat them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's where they're going to finish.
1:32 left here in the period. It's a 9-5 lead for McNair. If Hush wins it, there will not be a wrestle back. Levi Hush, who was the 2 seed today. Caldwell was the only ranked kid at that weight class today. Of course, rankings and 50 cents don't even buy a daily newspaper anymore.
No. Rankings are fun to talk about and something a kid can put in his scrapbook, but it doesn't get him any medals. And
here's Hush. Has the legs in and is getting back points. He's got 53 seconds left.
So now this situation comes up. It'll end up, if he's got 3 back points, it'll end up 9-8. So do you cut him loose? Make it 9. Make it 8-10.
He's got a leg in. He's got a working a power half right now. 30 seconds left here in the period.
He's not going to get his back points, so he changes to something else. And it's going to be hard for him to let go here without giving up a reversal. And if he gives up a reversal, he's lost for sure. So he's kind of either got to pin him or... Now he's got his 3.
10 seconds left. The 3 was awarded
9-8.
Now, if he can turn him again and get some near fall, but he
can't do it. He doesn't have 2 seconds left.
Run out of time, and McNair
9-8.
Shelby McNair from Davenport North will get a wrestle back against Blake Thurston from Dubuque Hempstead. So McNair will move on to a wrestle back against Thurston. So let's move on to 152. We will focus on the Cody Rittner and Dustin Caldwell end of things. Or Cody Rittner and Carter Kramer. Caldwell, the man that beat him in the finals. Rittner needs Caldwell to beat Dylan Ganson for a chance to stay alive and take a chance to get to the state wrestling tournament. So
Kramer 11-16 here from Dubuque Hempstead. Rittner got him on his belly, but he doesn't have any points yet. Again, he's trying to lock up a cradle while Kramer still has his leg.
Now Cody
he takes
has it locked up. He's got his man on his back. Kicking out of it for the moment
he's
is
up on top pretty good.
Kramer.
He's up on top pretty good.
1:21 left here in the period.
Yeah, he got that cradle on. He's over the top of him. Man, it looks like he should be stuck by now. Come on, ref. Scapula, lower part of not just the shoulders, but scapula count, fella. Oh, man.
1:04 left in the period. Cody can't get it much tighter than he does right now.
Oh, goodness.
And there's the fall.
He got it.
And now Rittner gets the fall in 1:01, and now he becomes a Clinton River King fan.
Yep. Now we need...
Dustin Caldwell and Dylan Ganson are scoreless as we wrestle with 45 seconds left here in the period.
And Ganson come in 35-6, a senior. Caldwell come in 29-8, a senior. So 2 good kids here.
Out of bounds they go. 35 seconds left here in the period. Ganson of Epworth Western Dubuque, the 8th ranked kid. Caldwell of Clinton, the 9th ranked kid.
Well, let's get to see if the rankings are correct too, won't we?
Yep.
In this match.
Us media people know everything, don't we?
Yeah, well. when the match is over, we'll know more.
Yes, exactly. All those conclusions we made.
Now, pretty evenly matched, very, very similar body builds.
So
they're out here ear to ear right now, which is not a good place to get a takedown.
Well, I got to do a report, so it's all yours, David.
Okay. We've got Dylan Ganson, Epworth Western Dubuque, against Dustin Caldwell Clinton. And going into the second period, 0-0. This is going to be a close match. Caldwell on top. Ganson moves to his feet. Good hand control. Comes out and faces him. Caldwell chasing after him. They go out of bounds. Both up. Back to the center. Caldwell kind of reaching out here, looking for a collar tie. Ganson gets a collar tie, though. Caldwell trying to get inside. Both of them forehead to head. Looking for hand control, both of them. Caldwell makes a shot. A little too far away. Backs out again. Caldwell, pretty good job getting after it here. Ganson trying to get hand control. Both of them are hand fighting. Both forehead to forehead. Out on the center. Dustin Caldwell from Clinton against Dylan Ganson of Western Dubuque. Clinton's made some half shots here, but nothing very deep. Western Dubuque's up on a underhook now. Tries to trip the edge of the mat. They scramble out of bounds. Both kids very alert. Both looking for any edge they can get. 1-0 right now. Dustin Caldwell up from Clinton, ahead of Dylan Ganson, Western Dubuque. And toward the edge of the mat, both of them forehead to forehead, hand fighting, trying for inside ties. Dylan Ganson, Western Dubuque, tries an outside single, but they scramble out of bounds. And we come back to the center. Again, Dustin Caldwell makes a shot, but way too far away. Ganson ties his head up. Now they're ear-to-ear tie. They come back out. Caldwell makes a little shot at the legs, but Ganson counters, and now he's got Ganson trying to get a body lock. Caldwell from Clinton's got Whizzer blocking it with a Whizzer. Ganson has the leg up, and time is up, and it's 1-0. Dustin Caldwell. And Caldwell goes down. And both of them based out. Caldwell based out. Ganson on top. And Ganson is ahead 1-0. Excuse me, I think I had that wrong. Now Caldwell on the bottom gets a stalling call, and that's again probably a good call. I'm sure his coaches are encouraging to get out from underneath. That's how Ganson got his 1 point on an escape from down position second period. Now Caldwell's on his feet, turns, make the score 1-1. So we've got Dustin Caldwell back in the neutral position. They both fight for hand control and go out of bounds. So 1 minute and 5 seconds left. 1-1 match. And both boys at the center of the mat. Caldwell has his hand on Ganson's head, can keep him away. Ganson's fighting for hand control now.
Well, this match has been everything as advertised, David.
Yeah, it's been a good one. Shot there by Caldwell to the outside, but Ganson squares up nicely with him. And there to the edge of the mat and out of bounds.
38 seconds left here in the period.
Especially with a hometown boy here in a match like this, there's a lot of excitement. The crowd, coaches up jumping around.
Oh, and I got to say, the Western Dubuque crowd has been pretty good today.
Yeah, it has been. Good crowd here. Gym is full.
I think the Western Dubuque crowd is just that great supportive crowd without it being an annoying crowd. I mean, they obviously are smart, and they know they're wrestling down here.
12 seconds left. Still 1-1. Ganson's doing the pushing. Caldwell's backing up. Tries a little head chuck there, but a shot at the legs, but Ganson steps back and evades it. Now they come in on an ear-to-ear tie. Ganson's trying to pull him back in bounds, but Caldwell holds to the edge, and time is up. 1 minute on the clock. We'll go to a sudden victory overtime. And any scoring that happens in this period wins the match. They will not continue to ruffle. So this is, like you say, some people call it sudden death, but I like to look at it sudden victory.
1-1 the score, 48 seconds left here in the period. Caldwell needs to win to keep Cody Rittner alive. Here's Ganson on the edge of the mat. He's in on a takedown, but he stepped out of bounds beforehand.
Out of bounds.
The official was right on the call, too.
Yeah. So they're in the center of the mat now. Both of them trying for hand control with 30 seconds left. And there.
Shot away by Caldwell and Ganson.
Bad shot. Caldwell dived in for the legs. Bad shot. Ganson just landed right on top.
And Cody Rittner's career as a Decorah Viking is done, unfortunately.
Finishes third. Well, takes home a medal from the State of Iowa Athletic Association. And again, 25-4 seasons, senior, third in the districts. Not a bad season for Cody.
No, not at all. And here's Western Dubuque will get a victory by forfeit here at 160 pounds. So Birds will finish third. And Farron-Kung of Eldridge North Scott with a quick takedown of Alec Felschel. And now, since Birds got the injury default there, Farron-Kung wins. Alec will have to wrestle back here at 160 pounds.
Yeah, because the only kid to beat Birds is Farron-Kung. Farron-Kung comes in seated number 1, 40-10 record. Or Farron-Krug. And Farron-Krug riding tough on top. The quick takedown. Now he's up over the shoulders. Looks like he's trying to put a cradle on, and he's doing it right. He's bringing the head to the leg, not the leg up to the head. And I think he's got his hands locked. Got a good tight lock, and he brings Alec over backwards here. And Alec's doing a lot of kicking, but sometimes that just settles you in this cradle, and it did. It settled him down. And Jacob Farron-Krug from North Scott Eldridge wins by fall over Alex Felschel Decorah.
So Farron-Krug wins by at 113, and Alec Felschel will have to wrestle again. So still nobody qualified for Decorah.
No.
And Farron-Krug hit Felschel quickly, and a couple of matches here before Decorah will have another wrestler on the mat right now. So we're up to 170 pounds. This is another Western Dubuque and Clinton matchup here. Max Lyon of Epworth Western Dubuque and Dylan Chase of Clinton. So quite a few wrestlebacks here today. Decorah will have 3 wrestlers going for second place, true seconds later on today. Dirk Clark at 125, or at 126. At 132, Kellen O'Shea. And at 160, Alec Felshul. The results that we have to this point: at 106, Joe Kanoki finishes third on the day. Decorah didn't have anybody at 113. At 120, Devin Storch finishes fourth. At 126, Dirk Clark will have to wrestle back for a true second there. Clark at 12 and 11 will have to face Connor Elkin at 27 and 24. At 132, Kellen O'Shea will have a true wrestle back for second, as O'Shea at 15 and 3 will have to wrestle Matt Hasselman at 16 and 16 on the year. At 138, Isaiah Mitchell will not place. At 145, Drake Folkedahl will not place. At 152, Cody Rittner finishes third. Ends a pretty good senior year with a 27 and 15 record. At 160, Alec Felshul will have to wrestle back. Felshul, with a 29 and 11 record, will wrestle against Jacob Birds of Epworth Western Dubuque. Birds with a 16 and 22 record. I'm going to look quick to see if that's a rematch from the duel, as Western Dubuque gets to take out here at 170. Decorah, nobody at 170, nobody at 182. Truan for fifth at 195. And Carter Zidlicki for fifth at 220. And Austin Ashbacker still going to wrestle for first at 285 pounds. So look up Felshul's season here.
And this 170-pound match going into the second period between Chase from Clinton and Lyon from Western Dubuque, and it's tied 2-2. Chase from Clinton got an escape and a penalty point. Lyon from Western Dubuque got the takedown. Chase from Clinton's on top now. He's got the legs in. Lyon's actually got his hand behind a leg. Chase is getting awfully high. Lyon from Western Dubuque is coming out the back door now. And just all he's got to do is clear his head. And the referee stops it, and the Western Dubuque folks are going nuts. And we got 1 point for an illegal hold. Called it a figure four.
Okay.
And so we got 1 point.
Looking ahead to that 160 wrestleback later on between Alec Felshul and Jacob Birds. Again, if Alec's a state tournament caliber wrestler, you probably should beat a 16 and 22 kid to go to state.
Yeah. I think so.
Alec did win by fall in the duel in the season.
Well, everything points our way. I mean, again, you got to wrestle the match.
Yep. A lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd.
Yeah.
It gets tense on District Saturday.
Yeah, Clinton is ahead by one right now. He's riding on top. No, Western Dubuque is red. They're ahead. 3-2. And Clinton on top. Put the legs in again. Came dangerously close to a figure four. That's what cost him the last penalty point. Clinton on top. Dylan Chase, 29 and 2 record. Came in his top seed. Right now he's behind Max Lyon, Western Dubuque.
And Chase, the top ranked 3A 170 pounder right now.
He's got his body scissors on. Got to be very careful it doesn't come up into a figure four. And he'll lose another point. And now Dylan Chase from Clinton gets nicked for stalling on top with that scissors. And the Western Dubuque people are calling it a figure 4. That's what they'd like to see. Leg comes in. Chase Clinton puts the leg in again. I guess, once you're a legger, always a legger. He's a little bit off to the side, though. And now he hooks it again and dangerously close to a figure 4. He came right back to the same move that's got him called for stalling. Lyon does have the arm behind the leg. If he could just get him pushed a little farther forward, he'd come over the head.
By the way, just to update you on the New Hampton district today, I've got the winners in that district. Connor Cleveland of New Hampton won at 106. Brandon Mayer of Crestwood won at 113. Johnny Etherington of Charles City wins at 120. Brock Jennings with a win for Osage at 132. They didn't give any results at 138. Independence Chase Straw wins at 145. Nick Baumler from North Fayette Valley wins at 160. And Tyler Lutz of BCLUW winning at 170. Those are some of the results from the New Hampton district this afternoon. That 2A district at New Hampton, this is no knock against Kelly O'Donnell and the great people there and the great wrestling people in that community, but that has to be a jam-packed gymnasium today.
Yeah, it would have to be. And we've got minute 38, third period. We've got Ganson, or Lyon from Western Dubuque on top, leading by 1 point, 3-2. Riding Dylan Chase from Clinton, the bottom. Lyon putting on a pretty tough ride. He's controlling the arms, got working the wrists, staying tight. A lot of pressure up on his toes. And it's going to be tough to ride another minute on top of a guy that's 29-2. But if he doesn't do her, why, it'll be a tie match.
At Parkersburg today, Southwind has qualified 2 wrestlers for state. Brad Hageman at 170 and Christopher Brinks at 195. Luke Kennett has qualified for Turkey Valley at heavyweight here this afternoon as well. Just updating you on what else is going on this afternoon.
50 seconds left. Lyon, a freshman, 31-4 over the junior Dylan Chase from Clinton, 29-2. 40 seconds left. The Bobcat crowd is going bananas. As
a freshman at 170. That's pretty.
Freshman at 170. He's tough, just tough. And Chase really isn't doing much on the bottom. Now he tries to come up, tries to sit out. Lyon's still just pretty much hanging on. Chase comes to his feet now. Then he rolls through. Lyon follows him on the roll. They're just about out of bounds. Lyon is still hanging on. They go out of bounds, and Lyon comes up on top. And so Max Lyon is still on top of Dylan Chase and Clinton. And there's 8 seconds left. And the Bobcat Gym is a-jumping.
You can feel it rocking and rolling up here.
Yeah, we can.
Davenport Central won the other match over at 170. That was Jacob Barrent of Davenport Central.
And Chase tries to roll. It doesn't work. And Max Lyon is your just from Epworth Western Dubuque is your 170-pound district champion.
And Dylan Chase, the top-ranked kid in the state, now has a wrestle back to get to the state tournament.
Yeah.
Dylan Chase of Clinton, top-ranked kid in the state, has a wrestle back to get to state at 170. He will have to face Jacob Barrent of Davenport Central. So exciting match there, and
yeah,
that was the type of enthusiasm what District Saturday is all about.
That's right. That's right. It wasn't a high-scoring match by any means, but it was a good one.
Western Dubuque having a very, very good day today. So
yes, they are.
Again, the next Decorah kid that will be on the mat, and that will be Austin Ashbacker at 285. We wrestle at 182 right now. Again, no Decorah qualifiers yet for state. Dirk Clark will have a wrestle back at 126. Having a wrestle back at 132 is Kellen O'Shea. And having a wrestle back at 160 will be Alec Felshul. There is no history between Dirk and his opponent at 126. There's no history between Kellen and his opponent at 132. At 160 pounds this afternoon, it will be there's a fall at 182.
That's Mitch Bowman from North Scott Eldridge, 33-1 and a senior. And he just pinned Brandon Haas from Dubuque Hempstead, sophomore with a 24-6 record. So Mitch Bowman from North Scott Eldridge will go to the state tournament.
Another top-ranked kid in the state. And now it's for there not to be a wrestle back here, it would have to be Ryan Keenely of Epworth Western Dubuque against Darian Witt of Clinton. This 182-pound weight class, Bowman and Haas were both ranked, and there was only two other people in that weight class this afternoon.
And we've got Kennelly from Epworth Western Dubuque with Witt from Clinton on his back, and he gets the fall. So Kennelly from Epworth Western Dubuque will finish third at 182.
And there will not be a wrestle back at 182. So let's move on to 195. Been a lot of falls here this afternoon.
Yes. And there's been a lot of close, tough matches.
Yeah, exactly. It's been good wrestling here this afternoon. And I guess another one of those, which way would you rather have it, Dave?
Well,
would you rather have the road to the state tournament against a bunch of kids you know pretty well that you've wrestled all year, or would you rather have a situation like this where you have to face new kids?
I'd like new kids. They'll all be new when you get to Des Moines.
Yep, exactly.
Generally, yeah.
Well, and I know I've had this conversation with Coach Olenczak in other sports, and I mean, granted, there's some geographic restraints to it, but the fact of the matter is, when you got evenly matched kids and evenly matched teams in one part of the state, the law of averages usually catches up to you.
Oh yeah.
And do you want to make it about pure ability, or do you want to make it about the law of averages?
Well, I kind of like pure ability, and like I say, if you get down to the state tournament, it's all new down there.
Yep.
And this is, we'll figure everybody's starting out 0-0 on that Thursday. Now we got Colin Kreider behind Jordan Trowers from Davenport North, another third seed.
No score in that match for the 195-pound weight class. As we talked about earlier, Colin's older brother Justin, a member of the Luther wrestling team. His dad, a Norse alumni from back in the day. One of the helpers here at North Scott. And of course, Colin's cousin was Casey Kreider, who was the long snapper on the Iowa football team, and roommates with Decorah's Brett Van Sloten. So, all in there's a ton of Decorah connections with Colin Kreider here.
And this is a tough bracket. Trowers, the third seed from Davenport North, 33-6. On the other bracket, the other side there, we're going for third. We've got Bryce Horner from Western Dubuque, 31-10, and Justin Gilliams from Clinton, 29-8. So a lot of kids with good records here, and That's probably why Sean Truman, a pretty darn decent wrestler from Decorah, with a 15-13 record, went out backside the first round.
Well, in the back, the fact of the matter is, you look at this 95-pound bracket, everyone was above 500. You have 4 kids as of right now with over 30 wins on the season. You have Kreider that's sitting here at 43-1 on the season. All but 2 of the 7 kids had at least 20 wins on the season. So on average, this 95-pound weight class,
a tough class,
very, very tough, and
might be one of the toughest ones in the tournament all the way through.
Yeah. And when again, rankings and 50 cents get you a cup of coffee, but you're going to have a ranked kid not getting to state, and sometimes you find that situation where, bottom line, you're just more of a victim of geography than anything else, David.
Well, you get, you're going to have 3 really, really good kids, but somebody's going to stay home because there's only 2 coming out of here at each weight.
I just look back in the days, late 90s, early 2000s, Aaron Dalen. He made it to I think it was Aaron made it to state his sophomore year, and he had the state champ and the state runner-up in his district the next 2 seasons.
Yeah.
A 3-0 lead for Colin Kreider at 195 pounds.
Got the cradle on, but it's right on the edge out of bounds, and he steps out trying to move up with it. So,
and our next Decorah wrestler will be Austin Ashbacker at 285 pounds. Austin trying to win the district, trying to get back to state once again. The Baby Bull won his semifinal match by a 1-minute mark, and you talked about a couple of his takedowns being similar to football tackles, and it's always interesting here in a couple of months. A lot of sports media is going to be focusing on the NFL draft, and inevitably you get the stories coming out of NFL teams looking at guys' backgrounds that used to be high school wrestlers, and a lot of NFL teams like guys that used to be high school wrestlers because when it comes to tackling, blocking, technique, everything like that, being just knowing what to do and being fundamental sound in those situations, high school wrestling has a lot of crossover skill sets with playing football.
And toughness. This is a tough sport.
Yeah. And that's probably the biggest thing.
Football is rough, but it's an impact sport.
Yeah.
This is contact for 6 minutes. And I have a lot of respect for cross-country runners and swimmers and people like that. That takes tremendous conditioning. But if you let up in those sports, people just pass you. Here they pound you. So, nothing easy down there. It might even hurt you a little bit.
Well, that's true.
Depending on where they put your arms. So you better keep working hard. You've got Kreider on top of Trowers now, and not a lot of action here. Kreider's moving out to the side, trying to set something up. Trowers just basing out basically what he's doing. 6-0, Colin Kreider. Third place match, a little better match. It's 4-3 with Gilliams from Clinton leading Bryce Horner from Western Dubuque. Oh, the shot. Oh, nice whip over by Horner. No points yet because he gets a headlock. He's moving into a headlock, but he hasn't. He tries to go across him. Now he's got Gilliams from Clinton on his back, right at the edge of the mat, and he pins him right there. Boy, they rolled through, and on that roll through, Horner from Western Dubuque stuck the legs in. And when he stuck the legs in, he went to what sometimes we used to call a Saturday night ride, and he just stretched him out and stuck him. So there we've got Horner from Western Dubuque coming in third.
And, and he's going to actually have a chance if
Kreider wins here, we get a wrestle back.
Yeah. Quite a few of them here this afternoon. Kreider will get the job done. Colin Kreider going to 46-1.
8-1.
And 8-1 here this afternoon. So we move on to 220 pounds here this afternoon.
In your 285-pound mass man, still at Epworth Western Dubuque, Devin Ramirez down Fort North will be on map 1. Your championship match between Austin Oshbacher, Decorah, and Tyler Clark Clinton.
Again, we're one match away from the Ashbacker match, so appreciate you being patient with us this afternoon. Cordell Eaton at 220, taking on Gannon Grimmel of Dubuque Hempstead at 220 pounds this afternoon.
Grimmel comes in with a Dubuque Hempstead 37-1 sophomore, tough sophomore at 220, and wrestling Cordell Eaton 42-3 in a junior, and Grimmel's got the takedown, leading 2-0. Minute 45 left. And in the third place match, we've got Brendan Kulperich from Epworth Western Dubuque against Ryan Gomez from Davenport North. And
Kulperich has Gomez on his back.
Yeah.
And Kulperich will get the fall there at 220. So Western Dubuque now will need the North Scott wrestler to wrestle back and get a victory here for there to be a wrestle back here at 220. So one more match to go before we get to Austin Ashbacker.
And
again, Decorah, if you're just joining us, Decorah does not officially have a state qualifier yet. They have nobody, as the three kids that were in the finals will all have wrestlebacks, including Dirk Clark at 126, Kellen O'Shea at 132, and at 160, Alec Felstrel this afternoon. And now the Dubuque Hempstead kid, Gannon Grimmel, ranked number 2 in the state, leading North Scott's Cordell Eaton, ranked number 4 in the state. Probably one of the better district final matchups we got here.
yeah, and
Kulperich is ranked number 7 in the state.
yeah, there's 3 ranked kids, and two of them will go. Somebody will stay home. Grimmel is in on a head outside single, and going to the edge of the mat. They go out of bounds before he gets control.
4-1 the score, 36.4 to wrestle here in the first period. Kulperich hoping for a
Grimmel win.
A Grimmel win, and then there will be another wrestle.
No, we'll have to have an Eaton win. North Scott's got to win.
Yep.
And I'm not sure he can do it because Grimmel has looked very solid, very basic, very solid.
There I go, agreeing with you again, Dave.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Anything can happen. Only, until a match is less than 2 seconds on the clock, it isn't over.
Exactly.
And in high school, that's what it takes for a fall, is 2 seconds. College, it's only 1.
Eric Buckendahl is qualified for state for Turkey Valley here this afternoon, so unofficially they have 2 qualifiers, him and Luke Kennan, who one of Austin Ashbacker's losses is to this year.
But he avenged it later.
Yeah. An overtime loss compared to a major decision,
yeah.
That's avenging a loss. That's
He made a statement then. Second period here. Gannon Grimmel, Dubuque Hempstead, ahead of Cordell Eaton from North Scott Eldridge, 5-1.
Yeah, this Grimmel kid impressed me a lot up at the Flanagan Invitational, and not flashy, just steady.
Yeah,
just steady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hasn't made any big flashy moves, but he's never out of position. And there he shucked him by and went right down on the lower legs, grabbed him around the ankles and dropped it. Yeah, nothing flashy, but he moved Cordell Eaton out of position. That was the key to it. North Scott starts down. Optional start. Gremmel lets him go. That's one of the rare optional starts you see anymore in high school, because he could just as well have just told the referee I'd like him up, and the referee would have gave him a point and let him up.
It's one of your favorite rule changes over the years.
Not at all, not at all. We used to teach kids how to do it. When you want to let a kid go, you make sure you push him away so he goes away, because the referee's not going to give you the points until you're truly neutral. If you were down on the bottom and the guy was going to give you an intentional release, try and snag his ankle. Don't just take the one because he'll give it to you. Try and snag an ankle and get two if you can. But now you don't have to do any of that stuff. You just tell the referee, hey, put him up. Shot there by Eaton, but too far away. Gremmel just holds great hips. Gremmel's got great hips. Just put the hips into him and backed off the mat and wasn't even close on the takedown. In the middle of the mat now, working toward the edge. Oh, nice shot at a high crotch. A head outside single there by Eaton, but again, Gremmel just lowers his hip. And Eaton can't get any penetration. And again, Gremmel is chasing him, but toward the edge of the mat. He's got him by the ankles again, and he's got two more. Makes it 9-2.
Here at 220 pounds, 16.5 seconds left here in the period.
And again, four of the kids have got over 30 wins in this bracket. Gremmel has 37. Eaton from North Scott has 42.
Yep.
That really kind of shows you what the quality, the caliber of wrestling done here by Gannon Gremmel. The fact that he can get a 9-3 score against a kid that's won 42 matches tells you quite a little bit about his abilities.
I don't care about strength of schedule. You win 42 matches, you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bottom line there.
Yep.
So, Austin Ashbacker awaiting in the wings here at 285 pounds. His match is up next here at 285, and then the next match that we would have would be Sean Truan at 195. So after Austin's match, we're probably going to put the headsets down, give the voices a little bit of a break here, and then
might go right into the fifth place matches.
Well, but it'll be a while before Sean is up at 195. That's right, what I'm saying.
Yeah, so long ways to go.
Sean Truan and Carter Zidlicki will be wrestling for fifth at 220 pounds, and my bladder may require it just to give too much information.
Well, you don't want to push it too close, because we got quite a ladder to climb down.
Exactly.
To get out of here.
It's
straight up and down.
Yeah, they don't let ladders in gymnasiums anymore.
Yeah, wusses in the insurance industry and lawyers.
Life was a lot more fun before
all these rules and regulations.
Of course, our fine sponsors that are insurance agents, we love those people.
Oh, yeah.
It's the other insurance agents.
It's the other ones.
That's what we're talking about there. Yeah. So a minute 20 left here in the period.
Easton going hard after that single, and he gives him two on the edge of the mat. Now, I don't know. And so Cordell Eaton does get a takedown.
That edge of the mat has kind of been a flip of the coin today, hasn't it?
Yeah. And then Eaton promptly lets him up. Makes the score 10-6.
1 minute left here in the third period. We'll see how much gas Gremmel has left. I look at Drew Kelly coaching there in the corner. I think that guy could still win a heck of a lot of matches.
I'm sure, yeah.
Former Charles City state champion and
Yeah, Gremmel picks up another 2 for Hempstead.
Great overall athlete, and now the head coach at North Scott.
And 22 seconds left. Gremmel on top near the edge of the mat. Cordell Eaton working for the escape, and they go out of bounds. Eaton comes up into a tripod looking for hand control, and he turns in, gets away. Gremmel backs off the edge of the mat. 6.5 seconds left, 12-7. It's only a 5-point match, but it could just well be 50.
Yeah.
As Gremmel is just dominated, really.
He's only lost once all year, and he'll go to the state tournament with only 1 loss, and there will be no wrestle back there at 220 pounds.
Now we see Austin Ashbacker.
All right, here we go. We've been waiting for this one for a while. The baby bull, Austin Ashbacker.
And he'll wrestle Tyler Clark from Clinton, 27-10, and a freshman.
Senior against a freshman here.
And
Austin trying to get back to state for the 3rd consecutive year. He finished 6th in 2A last year.
Clark a little bit, maybe a little bit heavier, looks like. A little thicker through the middle. Can't get his leg band on.
That is some thick legs when that happens.
Too big a leg.
So on the state, we give you Gremmel and also Cordell Eaton, no Russell back.
So we'll see what Austin can do with this.
All right, we're underway here in the title bout at 285 pounds. Austin Ashbacker.
Austin's making some shots to the outside, but Clark is just stepping out of them. Obviously, Clark's got some athletic talent. If he's won 27 matches at 285 as a freshman.
Austin Ashbacker,
excellent athlete.
22-3 on the season.
Great football player. I'd say one of those 3 matches he later avenged with a major decision. Now he's got him locked up. He's got a bear hug on. He trips him back, but Clark bellies out very nicely. Most kids would have went right straight to their back.
And a 2-0 lead for Austin Ashbacker here at 122 pounds. We're at 122 left here in the period.
Austin on top, comes out in a spiral ride now, breaks him flat. Austin brings an arm up on the back. That come up pretty easy. I think that young man from Clinton will regret letting that up there.
1 minute left here, or 1:09 left here in the period.
Austin gets an arm up behind the back, and he's also across one leg, bringing it out. Now the kid tries to get up, and Austin goes to the other side.
And Austin has him flat. Austin has him flat with 53 seconds. There's the fall. The baby bull's going back to the state tournament with a fall in 1:08 over Tyler Clark of Clinton.
What was really nice about that was Austin was trying to turn him, and the kid was turning his back toward him, and he got the other arm up, and Austin just went around the head, caught that arm, and put him on his back. It went from one move to another so nicely. He wrestles really heads up.
Austin Ashbacker becoming a 3-time state qualifier for the Decorah Vikings. He was on the stand last year. And he'll head back to the state tournament once again, becoming the first official qualifier of the day.
And on the other mat, we've got Devin Ramirez from Davenport North, 16 wins, 21 losses, against Dylan Heffler from Epworth Western Dubuque, again 18-20, 18 wins, 20 losses.
And Heffler needs to win this one to force a wrestle back with Clark later on this afternoon.
Ramirez is ahead, 3-0.
So we'll give you a quick recap of the Decorah kids. And
No. It's the other way around. Heffler is ahead, Western Dubuque. I'm a little slow, and when I see Western Dubuque with a red leg band on, I think they should be the home school.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in their gym, goodness sakes. But
the way the brackets fall. And Heffler trying to force a wrestle back, and if he wins here, he will force a wrestle back at 285.
And Heffler by far and away the smallest of those two heavyweights. Devon Ramirez, pretty good sized, Davenport North, pretty good sized boy. Not too good a record though, 16 wins, 21 losses. But he's beat 16 people, so I guess he could beat another one, but Heffler's not cooperating very well.
So let's review the Decorah wrestlers to this point, and then probably put down the headsets for at least a little while here. At 106 pounds, Joe Kanoki will come home third place today. At 113 pounds, Decorah was open today. Devin Stortz fourth at 120. At 126, it was Dirk Clark of Decorah having to wrestle back. He will wrestle back for second against Connor Alkin of Eldridge North Scott. Alkin with a 27-23 record. Clark with a 12-11 record. At 132, Kellen O'Shea will be forced to wrestle back. O'Shea with a 15-3 record. He will wrestle back against Matt Hesselman with a 16-16 wrestle record from Dubuque Senior. And now the Western Dubuque heavyweight Heffler has his man on his back. At 138 this afternoon, Isaiah Mitchell will not place. At 145, Kennedy Folkedahl will not place. Cody Rittner will finish third at 152. At 160, Alec Felschul has Heffler with a fall, so he will get a wrestle back at 285 for Western Dubuque. Alec Felschul with a fall at 160. He will wrestle a kid that he beat by a fall for the right to go to the state meet at 160. Jacob Birds of Western Dubuque. Bikes were open at 170 and 182. At 195, Sean Truan will wrestle for fifth. And at 220 pounds, Carter Zidlicki will wrestle for fifth. And Austin Ashbacker will wrestle at 285 pounds. He will wrestle at the state tournament for the third year in a row. He just won by a fall over Tyler Clark of Clinton in a minute 8. So one qualifier and three more to go for the Decorah Vikings, and a couple of fifth place matches in between. So we sit here at 4:48 this afternoon. I tell you what, let's try coming back to you maybe 5:05, 5:10 in there.
Okay, we'll be back.
We're just going to turn down the headsets for now, and we'll go from there after that. So thanks for listening to our webcast this afternoon at KDECradio.net. Dave Omdahl and Darren Swenson on KDECradio.net.